Welcome to my review of Sicario, directed by Denis Villeneuve, a gritty crime drama that centers on a pure-hearted yet very naive FBI agent, Kate Macer, who joins forces with Matt Graver of the CIA and Alejandro, an ex-Mexican prosecutor whose past is obscured, to take on the ever-growing brutal war on drugs along the U.S. Mexican border. So as I've just stated, Sicario is directed by Denis Villeneuve, who you might know for directing Prisoners, one of my favorite films of 2013. He also directed Enemy, which came out last year, which kind of seemed to divide people. I was kind of right in the middle. I thought it was good, but I can definitely see why some people would hate it, as well as some people would think it's brilliant. But as for Sicario, this is probably the best I've seen of Denis Villeneuve, because it is incredibly well directed, whether you're talking about the use of its sound design, the score, the very dirty yet very beautiful cinematography by Roger Deakins. And it has kind of a No Country for Old Men-esque palette, but with the cinematography itself being a bit more dynamic, for the lack of a better word. And although this film doesn't showcase torture like something like Prisoners, this is a very intense and brutal film, and there are times where, I'm not kidding, I was gritting my teeth, and I think I actually said that about Prisoners as well back when I reviewed it. So with that said, apparently Denis Villeneuve has not lost his touch, because it is even more so here. But one thing I have to praise this film on is that it's not a movie that relishes in its violence. So when someone fires a gun, it's actually horrifying. It's effective, because again, going back to the sound design, it's loud. It makes you jump. Villeneuve really does do a magnificent job at throwing you into this incredibly cold and brutal world of Juarez. And outside of the setup that takes place within the first 20 to 30 minutes, and maybe just a small section in the middle of the movie, the film does not let up in terms of intensity, and I was always on the edge of my seat. One thing that I have not yet discussed is Emily Blunt's character, Kate Macer, and she's really like us. She's the one looking into this world as an outsider. Like I said in my synopsis, she is somebody with a pure heart. She is an idealist, yet she is very naive, because this is a country that is not for the pure-hearted. And what happens to people with pure hearts in this country? Well, they get killed, or even worse. So you can either become just another fucked up component in this already fucked up system, or you die. The choice is yours. And what's really great about this film is that there aren't any real set in stone villains here. There might be some characters that I might look at as scumbags, or I might see some characters do some very fucked up things that I completely disagree with. At least I can understand the motivations behind what would drive a character to do such a thing. After all, the characters in this movie, they're just simply products of their environment. And as I was searching up showtimes today, I came across this article that I will admit I did not read. However, the headline said that this film unintentionally supports Donald Trump. You know, the whole thing about him and illegal immigrants. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about politics, because I don't care to talk about the whole thing. I'm neither Republican nor am I Democrat, so there's that. But if anything, this film actually does the very opposite. Yes, it's very much true that this film showcases the brutality of Mexico. I've said that plenty throughout this review. But it also showcases that there are good people with families who just want the opportunity to have a better life. And I think that they deserve that chance to pursue that better life. But that's just me. Nobody is entitled to happiness, but you are entitled to pursue it. As for the performances, they're all great, even the minor ones, but some of the ones that I do want to mention are Emily Blunt, Daniel Kaluuya, Josh Brolin, who plays a bit of a douche in the movie, who wears flip-flops, but he's kind of a likable douche, and of course there is Benicio del Toro, who probably gives the best performance in the film, in my opinion. And to quickly sum up his character without giving anything away about him, I would not be surprised if his wallet said bad motherfucker on it, because he is one bad motherfucker. As for any closing statements, there are long stretches in this movie where you will not know what is going on, and that's okay, because you're supposed to be like Emily Blunt's character, who is kept in the dark for a huge portion of this movie and is fed just little bits of information bit by bit, so do expect that. Now, this is kind of off topic, but people at my screening, they would laugh at the most inappropriate moments. And you could say, well, oh, it's because they might have been nervous. No, it was not that nervous laughter. This is the kind of laughter that you hear while you're watching a Marvel movie, okay? It was some really bizarre shit. And towards the end of the movie, they were just laughing their asses off. And if you're somebody who has seen the movie, you know how intense that ending gets. But no, they were just laughing at it. Apparently, they thought they were watching a totally different film. Overall, Sicario is rich with intensity, and it's made with some brilliant filmmaking by Denis Villeneuve. And the more I think about this film, the more I love it. So I'm going to give Sicario a very light 4.5 out of 5. If you're somebody who has seen Sicario, let me know your thoughts on it. And as always, I'm Colin Kirkland, and thank you so much for watching.